In the early aughts, there was a conversation on Facebook. Name a song by U2 that has no theological, spiritual, biblical, gospel reference. And they tried. But every time someone named a song they thought would fit the bill, someone else said, oh, no. Remember this line here? Remember this reference to the crucifixion? Remember this reference to that passage from Paul's letter? Every single song. There is not a song U2 has written that does not proclaim the word. It's really rather amazing. So those of you who know me well know I love U2. It's been 20 years since the first Eucharist was held at my former parish at St. George's in York Harbor, Maine. 20 years. And wildly, just last month, a doctoral student contacted me asking if they could include some of my written work about the Eucharist in their upcoming publication about music and liturgy. I said yes. But I have never been more grateful for the timing of a U2 Sunday than when I read these lectionary passages in preparation for this sermon. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam. Now, they start out deceivingly gently with this passage from Isaiah 5, reminding us of the ancient tradition of the prophets, like U2, using the genre of a love song to speak hard truths. Very hard truths. What more was there to do for my vineyard that I've not done in it? When I expected it to yield grapes, why did it yield wild grapes? Or as Bono sings in the Anthem 1, did I ask too much? More than a lot. You gave me nothing, now it's all I got, those wild grapes. And then we move to this gorgeous passage from Hebrews, this beautiful litany by faith. But after not too long, we're presented with a beautiful day worthy litany of faith in the face of failure. Remember how after September 11th, Beautiful Day became something of an anthem. It was during U2's Elevation tour, and it was a song of surviving with joy despite the tragedy that had just struck. And so we hear this litany of faith in the face of failure in Hebrews. Others were tortured, refusing to accept release in order to obtain a better resurrection, and it's a beautiful day. Others suffered mocking and flogging and even chains and imprisonment, but it's a beautiful day. They were stoned to death. They were sawn in two. They were killed by the sword. They went about in skins of sheep and goat, destitute, persecuted, tormented. The sky falls, but it feels like a beautiful day. And then the author reminds us, we are all one in our faith. Our faith is not merely about personal transformation, but rather is a communal reality. Indeed, the author of Hebrews tells us that though these were commended for their faith, they still haven't found what they were looking for. They did not receive what was promised apart from us. And the author of the letter to the Hebrews recalls that great cloud of witnesses. Picture them in the stands, cheering us all as we run with perseverance the race that is set before us. Oh yes, we're still running, but we still haven't found what we're looking for. And then there's this gospel. You know, I actually do the preaching rota. You would think I might give this to one of my colleagues. Actually, the hard passages are the most fun to preach. True confession. So in this gospel, we're confronted not with that warm, loving Jesus we'd want to have coffee with, but rather with really impatient and really grumpy Jesus. I don't know about you, friends, but as impatient as I am with the brokenness of this world, as enraged as I am when I see the pain we humans are inflicting on one another, the pain we're funding, the pain we're tolerating, I get Jesus' impatience. It's actually encouraging to know that Jesus could get this frustrated. When I hear him say, I came to bring fire to the earth and how I wish it were already kindled. Oh, now remember, in the Bible, this is tricky for Californians to hear, right? Especially right now, fire season, right? This makes us really uncomfortable. We get a little triggered, understandably. We have to remember in the Bible, fire is not simply a symbol of destruction. It's also a symbol of purification. It's a symbol of God's presence. Think the burning bush. Think Pentecost. So hold on to that. But it does sound rather like he wants to burn it all down. He cannot wait to get this thing going. Feel familiar? He proclaims the truth that if we're truly following him, division will be a reality. Jesus' reign of life-giving, liberating love upsets the status quo. And those who benefit from the status quo, which, let's be honest, is pretty much most of us here, if not all of us here, folks who are comfortable with the status quo do not like discomfort. Am I wrong? I don't like it. We see this throughout history. Every time our society moves towards greater inclusion, greater love, greater acceptance, greater justice, a couple of things predictably happen, like clockwork. And I think it's because when we are afraid that change might mean we lose something, we perceive that we might lose something in that transformation, we react. And we saw this in the civil rights movement. We just celebrated the life and martyrdom of Jonathan Daniels last week, who was killed when he shielded young Ruby Sales with his body, and a white supremacist shot him. Think about Martin Luther King Jr., whose martyrdom is memorialized in Pride in the Name of Love, which we will hear later today. When Jesus comes to inaugurate his reign of liberating, life-giving love, there will be division. And so even Jesus knows the frustration and the impatience, the desire to just burn it all down. But even Jesus must run with patience and perseverance the race that is set before him. Even Jesus must work this transformation through enduring the cross, disregarding its shame, transformation through the cross, the empty tomb, through the ascension and into the heart of God. So what does this mean for us, dear ones? It means that even when the world looks like a dumpster fire worthy of being included in this litany of faith in the face of failure in Hebrews, even when that seems to be our reality, it's a beautiful day. See the bird with a leaf in her mouth? After the flood, all the colors came out. God is still there, working in and among and through us as we run with perseverance the race set before us. And yes, we're still running. Because until this world truly knows the liberating, life-giving love of Jesus, we still haven't found what we're looking for. And we remember that what was true of our ancestors in faith is true of us. We will not receive the promise apart from one another, apart from those who preceded us, apart from those who are to come. This faith effort is a communal effort. We all get there together. Our faith is realized when we realize we are one. Or as Bono sings, one love, one blood, one life. You got to do what you should. One life with each other, sisters and brothers. We get to carry each other. And when it seems like the night is darker than anything we imagined, remember how the sun ceased to shine on Good Friday. Remember the impossible dark of the sealed tomb. And remember the promise of dawn, of resurrection. And remember this race set before us is best run as a team sustained by the transforming grace of the sacraments, of prayer, of service, and community, as one, gathered in the name of love. Beloved, it's a beautiful day.